Today we're going to be talking about when ginseng can kill you and 7 other times not to take it. First of all, there are several types of ginseng. The main types are red, white, and American ginseng. Red ginseng tends to be the warmest, white is generally milder, and American ginseng has a cold nature. As we go through, we're going to be discussing ginseng in a general sense and not differentiate between red, white, or American ginseng. And this is because, as far as the pharmacology is concerned, it's mainly dealing with the ginsenosides, which are in all 3 of these plants, and the way that they can interact with medications or when they may not be appropriate based on your underlying condition. There's a lot of hype with ginseng in the West, and there has been ever since Louis XIV in France received some as a gift and found that it gave his humors some much-needed vigor, or whatever French doctors said in the 1600s. In any case, your junk email folder is filled with empty herbal promises, some of them claiming that ginseng will do everything from make you a sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex to being able to remember anything. They tend to use the word, quote, natural in capital letters. It's partially true that ginseng can have these effects, and it's true that ginseng is natural. But does that really make it right for you? A poison dart frog can kill you very quickly, and it's 100% natural. Many mushrooms are perfectly natural and will ruin your day if you eat them. Botanical medicines have elegantly balanced chemical structures, and we need to remember to use them with respect for the cultural traditions they come to us from, and with respect for the science. With that in mind, we want to talk about the most popular herb out there. Ginseng is called the king of herbs in China, but even the best of kings can be a real jerk at times. There are times when ginseng will kill you, and other times that it's best to be avoided. Lon, could you bring us through some of these instances when ginseng is best left alone?
Of course. The first one is when you take vitamin C, vitamin B3, or glutamic acid. Those acids will break down the ginsenosides, which will make the ginseng that you're taking useless.
So this isn't particularly dangerous, it's just a waste of money.
Exactly.
Okay. So if I go to GNC or some supplement company and they have a mix and it has, a mixture of vitamin C and ginseng, right away I know that it's going to be a waste because of how they'll interact.
That's right.
What about herbal formulas that may have ginseng and also contain an herb which contains vitamin C? We see that quite a bit. Is there an interaction in these cases?
Here's the thing that you should understand. When you take certain formulas, there are the formulas that have been extracted through being boiling for a long time. Usually the heat, the boiling process, right? So vitamin C and those vitamin B3, they're very easy to dissolve in the water. So once they are in the extracting process, those are the ingredients will come out first before ginsenosides.
Okay, so by the time the ginsenosides are into the mix, the vitamin C and the acidic nature of those have already been abated by the rest of the ingredients.
That's right.
Okay. Another time to avoid ginseng is when you have a yellow tongue coating or yellow mucus. We get requests every day from people because they know we have access to herb farms in China. We know the farmers. We have access to herbal pharmaceutical companies. We can get the best quality that anybody can find. Because of this, people will come to us and say, hey, can you get us some really high quality ginseng? There are times that we will say absolutely not. I had a friend, very old friend, I've known him for over 20 years, and he had been buying ginseng from a man he trusted, and he said, look, I know that you have very direct access over there. Can you get me some high-end ginseng? First thing I said was, can you please send me a picture of your tongue? His tongue was red and had a yellow coating. These are both signs of inflammation. Ginseng increases nitric oxide, which can increase inflammation even further. What I suggested was that he leave ginseng alone altogether. Getting rid of the gut dysbiosis and really working on his digestive health was going to be much better for him in the long run. I suggested of all things that he just take some psyllium fiber, just increase the fiber in his diet to help remedy some of that gut dysbiosis and to help bring down some of his inflammation. If we look at the 4 movements of gas, the gases in his body were entering and rising. That's already what ginseng does, so that wasn't ideal for him. What he needed was something to make his gases and energy and stools go down and out, and that's what increasing the psyllium would do.
Similar to that, if you have a cold or if you have a sore throat and it hurts to swallow, ginseng will increase its inflammation.
Yeah, that's a very good point. For a while, ginseng was marketed in Canada. It was about 10 years back. They were saying it was great for colds, and the slogan was, quote, "Trust the science." Well, I do trust the science. And while ginseng can increase immune function to prevent you from getting a cold in the first place, God help you if you take it in the middle of a fever. If your throat is starting to feel swollen and you take a bunch of ginseng, you can expect your throat to swell shut.
The 4th situation is, even though by itself ginseng can thin the blood, when it's combined with warfarin, a medication which also thins the blood, it does the opposite.
That is incredible. Although ginseng can technically serve as an anticoagulant, when it's combined with warfarin, it takes away warfarin's ability to thin the blood. When you're dealing with warfarin, it's already pretty volatile. Eating the wrong kinds of vegetables can throw off your INR. It's important to know how thick or thin your blood is, because if it gets too thick, you can stroke out or have a heart attack. So particularly as people get older, it's very important to stabilize how thin or thick the blood is. Eventually, cerebrovascular incidents are primarily what kill all of us. So this is very, very important. If you have a loved one, a family member, someone in your community who's on warfarin, somebody gives them a box of nice ginseng, it's good to tell them, hey, this isn't really your friend right now. Regift it, it's okay. The 5th is that ginseng cannot be taken with tea. Now, I've seen plenty of supplements that have green tea with ginseng together, or they'll combine black tea and ginseng. The trouble is that the tannins in the tea will bond to the ginsenosides and make them unabsorbable. It's a waste of tea and it's a waste of ginseng. You're not getting the benefits of either one. Tea is tea and it's beautiful. And when combined with medications or herbs, it tends to interfere. There are exceptions to this, such as Chuanxiong Cha Tiao, which must be taken with green tea, but these cases are rare. For the most part, it's best to take herbs or medications with water. When you start to take them with apple juice or citrus fruits like grapefruit juice or teas, you tend to get interactions. So it's best to take ginseng alone and not to combine it with teas, and also to avoid it with fruit juice. This isn't the best herb to include into your smoothie in the morning. It's best to be taken alone. The 6th is that although it's sometimes used in low doses during the early stages of pregnancy for women who are deficient in qi, in the later stages, the anticoagulant effects of ginseng can cause prolonged bleeding during childbirth. I wouldn't advise people generally, while pregnant, to be taking ginseng, but if the doctor finds that it may be an effective way to maintain the pregnancy to term, then that's a very different condition. As always, we're giving you very general information. This isn't medical advice. So you're going to want to go with your doctor on this. However, it's very important during the later stages of pregnancy to avoid ginseng. Even under a doctor's supervision in China, nobody would say use ginseng late in the term. If they're saying this, they probably aren't that well educated on the subject. The 7th is that ginseng is not for babies, it's not for toddlers, it's not for children. They are already little fireballs. Ginseng is very warming. Unless your doctor says otherwise, just don't go there. Now, for when ginseng can kill you. Lan?
Ginseng is not to be combined with phenobarbital, a drug commonly used with epilepsy.
Absolutely important. When taking phenobarbital or other sedatives, ginseng can potentiate them and make them work better at inhibiting the central nervous system. When using sedatives, dose is everything. Dose is so important because if you go over that dose that you're supposed to take, it can make you sleep forever. So this is the time that ginseng can actually kill people. and it's very important to know when and how to use it. That said, if none of these 8 conditions apply to you, then ginseng is probably going to be very beneficial. You will probably enjoy many of the benefits of ginseng, such as increasing exercise endurance, increasing memory, and its long-term protective effects on the cerebrovascular system. When it comes to quality, you want to make sure that your ginsenosides, Rg and Re, are no less than 0.25%. If it's any less than this, it's not meeting the minimum quality criteria of the Chinese pharmacopoeia. Please rate us on iTunes or Stitcher. Take a screenshot and go to botanicalbiohacking@gmail.com. Send us the picture. We will send one of our intelligent and presumably sexually attractive listeners a canister of ginseng and goji berry powder. I'm drinking it right now. I'm not sure if it's doing anything, but hey, no one ever is. That's why we have clinical trials with hundreds of people. Those trials show the benefit of using ginseng and goji berries, and we want to pass these benefits on to you. Also, we will be visiting our center in China later this year. Our herb fields, the farm-to-table gourmet chef, come with us. Meet our friends from herb farmers to kung fu and medical masters in a gorgeous, untouched part of Sichuan. It's a magical place, and we would like to fly one of our listeners out there to experience it for themselves. If you want to see the center and the landscape, then go to insightOutRecovery.com. INSIGHTOUT recovery.com. We have high-definition video of it, and we commanded the Department of Tourism to put English subtitles on it so we could show you. The subtitles are a little creative in places, but you'll get the idea.